All right, T-Maxx time. Come on now. If I can keep it running. It's hard to do this with one hand. Oh. Yeah. So I'm just gonna bash a little in this parking lot for a few minutes. I'm on another work trip, and this seems like this is whenever I make videos is when I'm on a work trip of some kind. I don't have much time to drive these days. Just the way my life's going. Ooh, that's really rich. I'm not gonna bother retuning it. That ain't too bad. Woo. But a lot of times when I'm driving these days, it's just for little tiny spurts of time, you know? Woo. I don't have a lot of time to go out for hours and hours and drive. So what I find myself doing is whenever I'm on a work trip, I'll pack a Nitro just in case I find an abandoned parking lot or a little dirt site or something where I can drive for a few minutes. And it's always a little funny figuring out, you know, what's gonna break this time that I don't have. You never really know with a Nitro. There's just so many moving parts. And so I bring extra glow plugs, obviously. I'll bring a battery charger. Whoopsies. I think I got it stuck. Reverse has been weird on this thing, so I'm not even gonna try reverse. But I'll bring an extra glow plug. I'll bring some random screws, sometimes an extra air filter. At least some air filter oil so I can keep everything clean, you know. And this time, man, this idle and the tune is all over the place. It's just not consistent. I'm not sure why. But this time, on the way up, I had an issue with the glow plug wire. It's weird. I don't even recall. Wow, you hear how low that idle is now? I mean, it's fine. I'm just not sure why it was high and now it's low. This time I had a issue with the glow plug wire coming apart. I didn't have an extra one. Actually, I did have an extra one, but I stripped my screw. Rather, I stripped my... I can't talk. Y'all have to forgive me. I stripped the bit that I needed to remove the screw that held on the what is that called? The yellow wire on the Easy Start unit, which is the ground. Woo! And so I just had to twist it back on there and kind of make do. But I love the way the T-Maxx looks. I love the way it drives. You know me and the whole vintage thing. I gotta have the old school everything that I can. So I don't mind upgrading the internals, but I very much just love that look right there, man. You can't beat that look. And so I don't like to change the way my cars look too much from the way they look on all the posters and everything. It's like the propaganda, the manufacturer propaganda has me in a chokehold even 25 years later. I just love the way they design these things to look. But you can see this one's got RPM, everything. It's got an aftermarket chassis actually, which is pretty neat. It's got the bulkheads, aftermarket. It's pretty tough, man. This is one of those Facebook Marketplace scores. $100 came with. Woo! We're leaning up now, boys. Got some speed. I think we're about out of fuel is probably why we're leaning up. But this was a really good find. It's rare that I get one of those marketplace scores. I usually just hear about them. But this one was awesome. It's had a few issues. It's the steering just won't stay straight. Always wants to go all over the place, but that's okay. It's part of a monster truck, you know. I think they're supposed to do that, right? But I had it out the other day before my trip, and it was crazy lean. I switched to Sidewinder fuel. I usually run VP, but let me check the fuel level. Yeah, we just got a little bit left. That's a fun jump. But I had some Sidewinder that came with another used Nitro that I bought, so I've been trying to go through that. So this tank has half VP and half Sidewinder mixed together, 20% each. So I retuned it. I went way too rich, actually. Actually flooded the engine, which I hardly ever do. Wow, that's weird. See, now it's too lean. I think that's because it's about out of fuel. We'll bring it in. There it is, out of fuel. So this car is kind of like a beater rig. I'm not real careful with it, maybe not as careful as I should be. But you can't let the car run your life. You got to run the car, you know what I mean? Like, you got to enjoy it and not stress about it too much. And I'm talking to myself when I say that, because I'm the worst for, if I have a Nitro that's not running good, it just stresses me out, and I'm like, oh no, what do I do to fix it, you know? But when you get too far into that, you're just missing out on the whole point, which is to enjoy yourself. Like, these are really just toys at the end of the day. And so, yeah, take care of them. Yeah, don't abuse them. Excuse me. But don't let them allow you to lose sleep or something. See right there, I'm putting the piston around bottom dead center, which will help prevent issues next time I run it. Like, I clean the air filter pretty religiously. I do after run if I'm gonna keep it on the shelf for more than a week or so, and keep all the batteries charged up, you know. But I also, look at there, the glow plug wire came off. It's weird. Gonna have to replace that when I get home. But also, you know, like, take care of it, but enjoy it. Like, don't stress too much. If I were like 14 again and this was my first Nitro car, then that moment a few minutes ago when the engine cut out because it was too lean, I would have flipped my, you know what, out of, like, freaking out, like, oh no, I've ruined the engine, you know. But it's like, okay, now that I'm 30 years old, it's like, okay, if I ruin this engine, that'll be unfortunate. I'll have to put it on the shelf for a little while. But in a couple months, I can save up and have a OS 21 and stick it in there and have a even better machine, you know. It's like, you gotta look at it as something that doesn't define you, you know. Like, having a perfectly running, super clean Nitro car is not that important to me these days. I like it when they run, but when they don't, I'm like, I'll get it figured out at some point. I had a funny moment the other day with it where two things stopped working at the same time, and I was like, uh-oh. I kind of panicked for a second, but then I was like, I can figure it out. And that's usually what it is with these Nitros. I've found is, like, there's so many moving parts that it's very easy for something very basic to go wrong that you can fix in like 5 seconds. that doesn't require taking anything apart or replacing a part, you know. So this is what happened. I was driving around a gravel parking lot, and I lost steering, and I lost my drivetrain. Like, the engine would rev, but it wouldn't move at all. That happened at the exact same time. I don't know what the odds are of that happening, but anyway, what I determined was it was all servos. So this steering servo was fine, but the servo saver here, that screw backed out enough that this was no longer making positive contact with the gear that pops out of the servo here. And so the servo was moving, it just wasn't actuating the steering itself. And then the reason that I lost the drivetrain was because of this little tiny reverse servo. I tried to put it in reverse and then back and forward. This servo is just, I think it's pretty much gone. It can hardly do anything. And so what happened was this pin that goes into the transmission was like half in and half out. So it just sat there revving for a minute. So I took the body off, I went click, and then I took a screwdriver and went click, and then we were back in action in like less than a minute, you know? So a lot of people don't drive Nitros anymore because they're perceived as being a headache, and they can be, but electrics can too, you know? Electrics are undoubtedly somewhat more convenient and significantly faster. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, what do you enjoy most? I just enjoy Nitro more. I get bored with electric. And I kind of have a bone to pick with the idea that electrics are more convenient. It's like, it depends on your definition of the word convenient. In general, yes, they probably are. You charge a battery, you plug it in, you go. My main problem right now is with the LiPo batteries themselves because of the hazards that they create in your home and the maintenance charging you have to do. So, you know, you have to be really mindful of that, and it has become such a distraction to me. Like, I don't really use them hardly ever anymore, but back when I was driving electrics a lot, I would, you know, you gotta charge them. You can't store them fully charged or too undercharged or too discharged. You have to charge them kind of right in the middle. So when you wanna drive your RC car, you have to know in advance. You have to be like, okay, here in about an hour or two, I want to go drive, so I'm going to charge these puppies up. Or at the most, if you want to stretch it a little bit, you can say, I'm going to drive tomorrow, so I'm going to charge mine tonight. And that's fine. That works for most people. But for me, I'm just too spontaneous and too busy to be able to plan that far ahead. Like, if I get a little block of free time to mess around and have some fun with an RC car, it's usually very spur of the moment. It's like, okay, I've got from now until 1 o'clock, and it's like 12:30. I've got half an hour. What can I do? Well, if it's a LiPo brushless car, nothing. I can't do anything. I guess I could plug in my LiPo to my RC car for a minute and drive it. And if it's at, say, half charge or something, drive it for 15 minutes. But then I have to plug in my LiPo battery, and I have to monitor it until it's back to storage charge. And the whole time I'm like, is it gonna burst into flames? You know what I mean? Or I can always keep my Nitro cars with the batteries fully charged and the air filter is relatively clean. When I'm ready to go, I fuel them up, start them up, and I go. Then I put them away. I can fully charge it, or I can leave it discharged. It doesn't matter at all. And then if it's gonna be a week or more, pull out the air filter, clean it a little bit. Or I should say, if I've been driving for an hour or more, I'll pull out the air filter and clean it, put it back in, keep going. And if I'm gonna put it away for a couple weeks, then I take the glow plug out, drop a few bits of oil down the piston, and then a few down the carburetor, spin it a few times, put it up. To me, that's not all that inconvenient. And yes, you have to tune, yes, you have to buy fuel, yes, you have to worry about things like air leaks and fuel line, and you know, there's a lot of little parts that can go wrong. You need to ignite your glow plug somehow, whether it's with an igniter or the easy start thing or some other similar glow wire. So yes, there's a lot of moving components to it, but still, the act of being able to just pick one up, start it, and go is great. It's very freeing, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna stop this video. It's been going on a little too long, but I was pretty happy with this $100 purchase. You got the RPM skid plate, the reinforced metal piece down here, the aftermarket chassis, aluminum bulkheads, front and rear, the RPM front bumper, and I guess the RPM rear bumper. Yeah, just a tank of a truck. I haven't broken anything on it yet, unless you count like that glow plug wire, you know. But yeah, I got it. It wasn't even fully broken in when I got it. It's been kind of a tuning headache. I'm not really sure. There might be some small air leak somewhere. As you saw when I was driving it, it's just kind of all over the place. But it maintains a consistent enough tune that I don't mind. And like I said, this fuel tank was super weird. I was running half a tank of VP mixed with half a tank of Sidewinder. So that probably had something to do with it too, because the oil content's not quite the same. But at any rate, that's my little T-Maxx bash for the day. Had a good time, didn't break anything. I got to repair that glow wire when I get home. But other than that, we're in good shape, folks. So take care, and thanks for watching. See you later.